Breaking news, big time traffic problems on I-4 right now.
I-4 is shut down in North Lakeland right now.
In Orlando, I-4 is shut down.
A 12-year-old girl among the victims in an awful multi-car crash.
Lakeland police confirm 4 people are dead
After a deadly multi-car crash
that killed 4 people.
The mess that littered I-4 West. Orlando police are telling us at least 1 person has been killed.
If you've ever driven to Disney World, you've almost certainly been on Interstate 4, a 132-mile stretch of asphalt that cuts through the heart of Florida. It connects some of the state's most famous attractions, Disney World, Universal Studios, and Daytona International Speedway, but it's also earned a much darker reputation. According to multiple safety studies, I-4 consistently ranks as the deadliest highway in America, with more fatalities per mile than anywhere else in the country. The most dangerous part of a Florida vacation isn't a roller coaster, it's the drive to get there. Today we're going to look at why this road is so dangerous, the history behind it, and what's being done to fix it. Over 99% of you aren't subscribed, so please subscribe so we can hit 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year. And support me on Patreon, where all money goes directly to my university funds. Let's begin. Interstate 4 was first opened in the late 1950s, built as part of the Eisenhower-era interstate highway system. It was intended to be a straight shot across central Florida, linking the Gulf Coast with the Atlantic. But unlike many other interstates, I-4 was designed at a time when the population was smaller, traffic was lighter, and the state's tourism industry hadn't exploded yet. That means much of the road's original layout, including short merging lanes, sharp curves, and narrow shoulders, hasn't kept up with the modern traffic loads. So why does I-4 top the charts in fatality rates? There are a few big factors. Number 1, heavy tourism traffic. Orlando alone draws over 70 million visitors per year. Many are rental car drivers unfamiliar with the area, the exits, or US driving customs. Number 2, high-speed urban mix. Parts of I-4 run right through downtown Orlando with minimal shoulders, tight ramps, and sudden lane merges, all while traffic moves at 65 to 75 miles per hour. Number 3, frequent weather changes. Florida's sudden thunderstorms can drop visibility to almost zero within minutes. Wet pavement and heavy traffic are a bad combination. Number 4, distracted driving. With so many attractions and billboards along the route, driver attention is often anywhere but the road. And number 5, construction zones. The I-4 Ultimate Project, a massive multi-billion-dollar widening effort, has turned much of the highway into a maze of cones, barriers, and shifting lanes. According to reports from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and various insurance studies, I-4 averages around 1.25 fatalities per mile over a 5-year span. That might not sound like much until you compare it to other dangerous highways, many of which hover around just 0.5 fatalities per mile or less. This means that per mile, I-4 is more than twice as deadly as some of America's most infamous roads. While the whole highway can be risky, certain sections stand out. Firstly, downtown Orlando, with confusing lane changes, high congestion, and fast-moving through traffic. Secondly, near Disney World exits, with heavy weaving as tourists try to reach attractions. Next, Lakeland to Plant City, where frequent rear-end crashes from sudden slowdowns occur. And finally, the Daytona Beach area, with aggressive lane changing as beach traffic mixes with long-distance travelers. Florida has been working to address the dangers. The I-4 Ultimate Project is adding express lanes, improving ramp designs, and widening bridges. More state troopers now patrol during peak travel seasons, and variable speed limits are being tested to slow cars during bad weather. There's also a big push for public awareness, reminding drivers to avoid distractions and to be cautious in work zones. However, in my opinion, the $2.3 billion spent on the I-4 Ultimate Project could have been better used to expand Orlando's almost non-existent transit system, as widening roads just tends to add to congestion in the long term, and providing viable alternatives to driving, especially for tourists, would make driving a lot safer on the I-4. To get from Orlando Airport to Disney World, you pretty much have to drive, as public transport options are limited and expensive, but changing this could alleviate traffic and make I-4 much less dangerous. Brightline, Florida's new train system, should also be expanded along the I-4 corridor through Disneyland and towards Tampa. When looking along I-4 in Google Maps, it's crazy to see the insane amount of infrastructure and space dedicated to highways, with massive interchanges everywhere, almost bigger than the sprawling suburbs they serve. I-4's route runs from I-95 at Daytona Beach, southwest towards Orlando, cutting straight through the downtown, then continuing south towards the theme parks, passing through endless miles of suburbs and lakes, and eventually ending at Tampa. Just the route alone means that I-4 is already bound to be extremely busy, connecting two of Florida's largest metropolitan regions and many tourist attractions along the way. And Florida's extremely car-centric infrastructure means that everyone is forced to drive, even those that don't want to, inevitably making driving less safe for everyone, as even the elderly with impaired reaction times are still forced to drive, putting everyone at risk. I-4 passes through the areas that are the epitome of American car-centric design, with endless sprawling suburbs in every direction. And all of this adds up to make I-4 the most dangerous highway in the US. Interstate 4's story is more than just a Florida problem, it's a warning for the entire US. Many interstates built in the mid-20th century are now carrying far more traffic than they were ever designed for. Without major investment, the same mix of outdated design, high volume, and changing driver behavior could make other roads just as deadly. So the next time you find yourself on I-4, remember it's not just another highway, it's a road with history, purpose, and unfortunately a deadly reputation. Drive it with care, keep your attention on the road, and remember that sometimes the most dangerous part of your Florida vacation isn't a roller coaster, it's the drive to get there. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and support me on Patreon, link in the description.